it how, man. All right. So Boosie's actually came out and he said something that's actually a pretty good topic to talk about, especially when it pertains to a majority of the rappers, right? So Boosie is now coming out. I got a couple different clips I'm going to play for y'all, and we'll talk about both clips. But in the first clip we're going to play for y'all, Boosie pretty much comes out and he's like, when are y'all going to respect me as a businessman? When are y'all going to see me as a businessman? I've got my own movie company. I've got my own label. I've got my own, this. I got my own that. And y'all still not looking at me as a businessman. And the reason he's saying that is because people is now labeling Boosie as a rat because he's suing so many people. Of course, Rod Wave is going to be suing YG. And pretty much he's just doing stuff to get money that, of course, is deserved of him, is just his because people have copyrighted, have used his content, right? Yes, that's complete. Let me play the video for you, then we'll come and talk about it, right?
One more thing for the world. When y'all gonna look at me as a businessman? I got my own liquor, my own chips, own noodles, CEO of a label, own water, pushing out my own films. When y'all gonna look at me as a businessman? I'm not in the streets, I'm from the streets, but I don't get my money off the streets, I'm not on the block. I get my money through business that has nothing to do with the streets. So when y'all gonna look at me like the bosses in the game, like the J Princes, like 50? Like, when y'all gonna look at me like that? Because if 50 sue y'all motherfucker, y'all gonna praise my nigga. You can't play with him. That's coming for you. But if Boosie sue y'all motherfucker, I'm a rat. I guess it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it.
Okay, now let's get into it. So from that video, you can see that Boosie pretty much wants to be looked at as like he said, a J Prince, a 50 Cent. Here's the difference of all that, right? And we're going to have to break this down, especially as a black community, we have to break this down, right? Unfortunately, the people within the black community, we don't really decide our leaders. Our leaders have unfortunately became our rappers. And not only have they became our rappers, and they're given to us, and millions of marketing dollars are put behind the rappers and stuff. So the majority of the world thinks that the majority of the black community, well, the African American community, they think the majority of the African American community are just like the rappers. No, a minority of the black communities are like the rappers, but the majority of the black community isn't. Actually, once you get to a certain age within the black community, you kind of start to scratch your head like, why these niggas always just talking about killing? They got the kids out here spinning the block and killing each other. And so here's the thing, right? For all the rappers of the black community that y'all, the Boosies, right? Let's just talk about the Boosies, right? So like Boosie, he built his whole career off of murder music and killing music and just street stuff, right? So the majority of his fans are potentially killers and people that are into the murder business, which he understands and knows about because he was a part of it. Now he's outside of the streets, and of course he's building other businesses, but it's like, okay, you know how they say it's a little good come with a little bad. The good about it all is so long as you preaching about the murder music and making the murder music, you're going to make a lot of money. But the moment you try to like switch up and start doing regular business stuff and building this, that's where like the bad luck side comes in, because you still looked at to the world as like a murderous killer. It's not like they're looking at Boosie as like this super accomplished businessman, even though he does have his own movies and he does have businesses that are being successful. It's just the majority of the people that look at him, they don't look for him for being a businessman. They look at him for being a real deal street, you know, talking about that's going to stand on business and that's going to kill when he need to kill and put hits on people and get people murdered. That's the honest truth about it all, right? So whenever you have the artist and he wants to now be looked at as a businessman, it's not going to happen like that. You can do one of the biggest deals in the world, right? And the image of it is still a murderous killer. That's just the bad side of it. He's not the only rapper that's going to be happening to. 21 Savage, the same thing. And then here's another thing, right? The people that talk about the murdering and killing the most within the black community, which is our rappers, they're the people that get selected to go like march for nonviolence and do nonviolence and stop the violence. It's like a whole big trap for the black community, period. And there's a reason why this is happening. It got to be some type of supremacy that's making it happen, because there's no way in blue hell that the very people that preach about the most killing are the very people that they then go and use to like pull the black community for stop the violence, and then they go back to the studio and just rap about violence and killing. I mean, it's like a two-way road, and it's kind of like it's damaging all the way around, right? It blows my mind, right? So other communities, people that get like street names and stuff like that, they may be they may be some political leaders or this, and ours is just the rappers. That's the truth about it all, and we're really just looking at it right now. Here's another clip of Boosie, and in this clip you get to see that Boosie said people is DMing him like, you're a rat for suing this person, you supposed to go slide and kill him. Here's that clip.
I'm a snitch for suing. He say them the same people that want you to go shoot somebody behind this. He say they would rather you go shoot somebody instead of sue somebody, because they won't holler free Boosie so they can get likes. It's called tricking you off the street. I woke up to my DM the other day like, Boosie, you fake now, man. You supposed to shoot that up. That's what I woke up to in my DM, bro. Like, when people do shit to 50 Cent and 50 sue they, do y'all call him a snitch for suing? Or do y'all laugh and applaud it? I got a question for y'all. What if I was suing a white boy who took my music? Would y'all still feel the same way? You're being racist. No, y'all wouldn't. No, y'all wouldn't. Y'all would say, Boosie, get his. What if it was a white boy who did it? Let's talk facts. Would y'all still be saying I'm wrong? Would y'all still be saying I'm a rat? What if it was a white boy? You know what y'all would say? Get his. Checkmate.
Anyways, so I think as a whole, the black community can agree that the rappers have been used as puppets in order to, because let's just keep it 100. People within the inner cities of the black community is actually at war, is literally killing people to y'all music. That's just the truth, and everybody knows that. We ain't gotta do no faking this and faking that. That's just the truth. It is what it is, bro. People is literally spinning the block and killing to the rap music, and it is what it is, bro. But with that being said, it's a double-sided coin with it. Whenever the rappers that's really got the people spinning and killing to their music try to then turn into, try to grow, it stunts the growth, because you always looked at it as this image of just like a killer. And I know this is just so wild and nobody really want to talk about it, but it's just the truth of the matter. Like, like it's like you can't even hide it, bro. It is what it is. Everything's out the bag. You know what I'm talking about? The black community, somehow we have been forced to make our leaders the rappers. You know what I'm talking about? Somehow, some way, those are the people within the black community that get the most marketing dollars behind them, that gets the most branding, that gets pushed to us on the radios, they get pushed to us on the TV, they get pushed to us on the movie. It just so happened to be our rappers that are literally promoting the killing, wanting the killing, and got niggas killing. You know what I'm talking about? It just so happened, and that's what we get. So, and to the world, I want the world to know, all black people ain't murderous killers. It's actually a very minority part of the community that are in the streets. You know what I'm talking about? They got to stand on business because that's what they sign up for. But unfortunately, since so many marketing dollars get put behind these rappers and all this stuff, the world may look at, the majority of the black community based off the rappers. But the majority of the black community are not like the rappers. Actually, the majority of the black community don't even like the rappers like that. Once they hit a certain age, once they mature and hit a certain age, it's mainly, of course, a lot of the youngsters. You know what I'm talking about? I'm young too, but still, mainly it's like a lot of the youngsters that really just, I'm talking about, let the rappers influence them and stuff like that, right? Of course, you throw in a little bit of less education and all type of different factors, right? But if we're gonna figure this out and the answer to Boosie's question, we got to keep it real with why it's actually happening. Why can't he, people don't look at him as nothing more than just like a murderous killer, even though he has money. You can have all the money in the world, you can have all the stuff in the world, but it's just the image that you built for yourself. It's literally just a murderous killer. And I think he is a successful business owner, like he is, but it's just murderous killer. That's all they see. When people hear the name Boosie, they don't think business, they think music, and they think of turn up music, they think of murder kill music. When they hear 50 Cent, you don't just right away think of murder kill music, because that's not all the type of music. That's not the only, pretty much the biggest image that he built. His image was he beefed with you for forever, but also business with it as well. You know what I'm talking about? So, I mean, I don't know if that image will ever change for Boosie. I guess that's something that the people will have to, decide. But, with that being said, how do y'all feel about it? Why do y'all think that Boosie isn't looked at as like a businessman, even though he's got businesses? But, of course, people just want him to go slide and kill, which, of course, is the image, yes, that he's created, and the image that a lot of the rappers are creating. But a lot of the rappers don't care at the time when they're creating all the images, because at times a lot of them is broke and poor, and they need money. So, and then a lot of them is really already in that lifestyle. Like he said, he ain't in that lifestyle no more, but maybe he once was. So a lot of the artists, they're not thinking about the future like Boosie age now. When he was super young, he probably wasn't thinking about this way down the road. He was thinking about, at that time, I'm gonna get this money right now, I'm gonna get this paper, turn people into packs if I need to, and just do what I need to do, right? So, and that's, like I said, that's like one of the biggest issues. But unfortunately, like I said, I keep saying unfortunately, because it is unfortunate that there's a whole entire race of people who leaders are murders. It's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? I like the music, though. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna listen to the music. I love the murder music, and I won't be the last to say that. I love the music. It's very, it's like, maybe as a community, we may be a little sick because we do love the music. You know what I'm talking about? Because we like the music. People will be in a club listening to 10 back-to-back songs of straight murder music, trying to have a good time, and of course you see what happens a lot of times, shootings and all this type of stuff. So it is very destructive, but we've been fed the destructive poison so much that it's kind of like we used to it now. So that is become a normality within the black community. But who knows? Maybe that'll change one day. Maybe it won't. We'll just see how it goes. Let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.